welcome to Lad's Garage. Been a busy day. Made a run over on Lad's Trucking Diaries. Now we're back home for probably the rest of the year. It's December 30th of the year 2024. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video over here because, to be truthful, things got pretty hectic from the time we did our last video. I actually had to go through, shortly after last video, I planned on coming out working on the old trailer. We're going to get to that. I got up one morning to one of the kids going, "Hey, the sink's leaking. There's water coming out from underneath the sink in the bathroom." Out of their bathroom. So that led to a whole bathroom remodel. It was just one of those things you dug in one spot and it just kept getting deeper and deeper. And it's like, well, we're going to fix this. Let's fix it. Well, then as I was planning on fixing that, well, let's do the floor. And started pulling up the floor and things just kept getting worse and worse. And next thing I know, we got a completely gutted bathroom. But that's done now. Weather's been kind of crappy, so I've done a little tinkering on the currently Lightning McQueen car. That's going to change. Now we're going to get back to trailer. Let's see what I can't get knocked out on it. Just a little overview before we get started on it. This is my race car trailer. Got tire rack on it. It's been kind of pieced together. It started life off as a standard, rails on the side, utility trailer. 16 foot. I used it to haul my mini stocks with. I bought it from Bill Nicholson, who used to haul his mini stock with it. Bill upgraded to a wider trailer because I can't remember the exact width on this trailer, but it's not quite wide enough with the rails on it to fit a modified up in between. Long story short, I ended up getting a modified. It did not fit in between the rails. Quick, fastest, cheapest option was to, as you can see, cut the rails off. Still got part of the original rail system up here on the front. No, I am not going to put rails back on it. But what I am wanting to do is we're going to have to kind of straighten this up in here by putting a jack on it, lifting it up. We're going to straighten it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put more angle. I'm actually going to take runners and make runners go all the way down the trailer. Previously, I had it set up because the center boards fell out, so I had it set up where you drive up on there. About any vehicle you could drive up on there with, and it was good. So that's what we're going to kind of do, except for with metal instead of wood. Don't quite know what I'm going to use for a floor yet, if I'm just going to use expanded metal, or if I'm going to get some diamond plate and then use strips of expanded metal for traction for the cars. But I'm not a professional welder by any means, but I'm the type of guy you can call to do about any job. But if you want it done right, better call somebody else. So as you can see, I've already got the angle. I got everything's 20 foot that I bought. It was the cheapest way to buy everything. So I got two 20-foot sections. I don't remember what gauges and all that I bought, but I got two 20-foot sections that I'm going to use for the runners lengthwise. And the rest of it's going to be cut for 2 foot, for the width-wise, and then we're going to do diagonals too. You'll see that when we get to it. This is one of those jobs that you probably ought to use a chop saw for. I don't have one. Just got a Sawzall and a cat. Ain't that ironic? Have a Sawzall and a cat. We're going to measure, technically, since the trailer's 16 foot and these are 20-foot sticks of angle, I should be able to measure from this end that I'm going to cut off, you know, measure 4 foot, but to be safe, I'm going to measure from that end all the way down to 16 foot, mark it. Should have 4 foot left over, but that's how we're going to get started with it. I mean, it's not going to be an exact science, but in theory, we're butted all the way up against the front angle on the front. So technically I should be able to mark right here on each side of the angle and be pretty dead on where I need to cut. What I'm going to do now, because all the experts that are welders that I've ever been around say a clean surface is the best surface to weld to. So I'm going to go through. You can see I got little yellow marks on the trailer all the way up. I'm going to go through and grind all the rust off. At least on this side, I'm going to do one side at a time. Probably the wrong way. But I'm working against the weather and everything else. If I could at least get these, you know, get the outside edges done, tacked on today, at least tacked on, I'd be happy. I'd like to get them welded all the way up. The trailer's not going to be perfect. It's been tweaked. It's going to probably take more work than what it's worth to make it right, but we'll do the best that we can with what we got, and that's what we're doing. So, I mean, I guess I could go get the tractor wherever I parked it at and squeeze it in here and do stuff, but that'd probably be the right way, and I ain't gonna do it that way. Yes, now I need to try to get my welder out across that swampy mess right there so I can start tacking this down. It is now 4:20 and we have both of our runners welded in. Ain't professional looking, but she'll do. Guess if they don't hold, we'll weld it again. But now I get to do the fun and overexciting part of cutting 16 2-foot sections and then figuring out the right angle. Because what I'm going to do is every 2 foot this way, we're going to have a piece goes across. And in the middle of that piece will be a diagonal. And we're doing this in hopes to add just a little bit more strength to the trailer. Conveniently at Menards, they had this little scrubber-dub truck. Ironically, I found that on the day we started our remodel. So I was like, well, that's convenient. Add that to my collection. I also found Fast and Furious 5-pack. I just thought that was a cool pack. I like the 57 Bel Air 4-wheel drive, and of course you got the Camaro. Looks like a Corvette. I don't know what that is, but I like it. Mustang. Psh. Some of my older cars, El Camino, Bel Air, Cuda, Camaro, tow truck towing an import. You got one from, I think this is 78 Rabbit. And then I believe that's Mercury. Buick, my bad, Buick. That might be 79, I can't tell. Rabbit. Hood actually opens on it. Engine's white. The rest of the car's all dirty. Been rally racing, it looks like. So the guy splurged and bought him a new chop saw from the Harbor Freight. Got a little rust on it already, that's good. I also got the inside track deal, which saves a little bit more money, but we're gonna put this thing to use. Figured it'd be a lot easier than sitting there with a sawzall going, dealing with all that stuff. And 45-degree angles I need to cut, or whatever degree angle, I figure it's a better option than dealing with sawzall. Be a lot cleaner cuts. Before we get into any crazy cutting or anything, I'll make sure everything is squared up here. So ideally, this is kind of what I have ideas for my cross bracing on my runners. As you can see, they were spaced out about every 2 foot. I still got to cut that side out, so I cut that real quick. And it's just mock-up. I haven't permanently made it a permanent fixture yet. We got to, like I said, we got to cut the other side out, and we still got to figure our diagonal pieces, and I'll show you that whenever I get to it. Even with being 20-foot sticks, still had a couple inches left over. Hercules. Almost like I knew what I was doing. I have 2 little short pieces off of 2 big sticks, and that piece there to cut out the angle pieces. I don't have them at 45s yet. I'm gonna do that probably inside, because I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting dark and cloudy out, and I don't quite feel like getting wet or cold. So in the shop I got heat and everything else, so I'm probably gonna wrap this one up. I'll show you kind of what the idea is of the angle pieces. This is kind of the general idea. What we got going on is, we got our cross piece going sideways, and we're going to have these pieces, and I'm going to cut 45s out of the corners and 45s out of down there, and in theory that should line up. So the theory is, and I've talked to a good friend of mine, and it was kind of his idea, is run them at diagonals, and they're, I don't know, he didn't really specify, but I think we run them diagonals all going the same way all the way length of the trailer. We're kind of thinking that if we do them the diagonals all the way the length of the trailer, it should help add to strengthening the trailer up a little bit more. It's not exact science. It's just kind of, well, it might work type deal. I don't know if I should, like I said, do them all facing one direction, or if I should, zigzag them back and forth. I really don't know. If you're more of an engineer than I am, comment down below. Give me an idea. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just guessing. That's all I could say. So y'all stay safe. God bless you. We'll catch you on the next one.